Hey, welcome to day 39 of my spiritual journal with me, with your soul sister, Iona. So welcome to the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast. And today is Environmental Freedom Thursday. I was adjusting my camera. Hopefully that is all good. This is going to be a quick live talking about environmental freedom. That is what I've journaled about today in my spiritual journal as part of my spiritual business success as a light worker, as a spiritual YouTuber, as a spiritual entrepreneur, as a coach. I want to share with you how to have that light work and lifestyle balance while you build your spiritual business online, so that you are not experiencing burnout, you're not experiencing being busy or being broke in the process as you move into your movement, your mission, and you are receiving the money. So this is the Soul Legacy Journal. I say it's 365 days of your spiritual awakening story as a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. So today is Environmental Freedom Thursday. If you are new to my spiritual journal with me, you'll see in the cards or in the description that I have a playlist for the spiritual journal with me. Every single day I'll come live on the Soul Legacy TV. So if you're watching or you're listening, then that is great. Give this video a thumbs up, share it out, invite a soul sister or soul brother in who is a light worker, who is a spiritual business owner, a spiritual entrepreneur who wants to grow their spiritual business online and actually have every single area of their life in alignment, because that is how we roll. So environmental freedom. Every single day I talk about vision, your values, and your vibration, and being grateful. I say being in the vibrational alignment, you go from soul funk to soul flow. So every single day I will say that I am grateful. You know, the gratitude. I've got a little heart stone. This is, my daughter brought me that. She gave me that when she was little. So we say thank you in advance for the things that we want to manifest, the experiences, and we give thanks and appreciation. So I say I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I appreciate whatever it is, and then the things that are in the past. So relating to your environment, so for me, working online and being on YouTube is just amazing. Having the Soul Legacy Academy, if you're watching in the SoulLegacyAcademy.com, then I have a 2-hour monthly call which supports you in that light work and lifestyle balance. And so having that as an environment, there's many spiritual coaches, spiritual entrepreneurs, light workers who want to build their spiritual business online and don't really know where to start. And if that is you and you want to come into the online space and show up, speak out, and serve deep, then I have a masterclass for you. It's called the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass, Bank 50K in 50 days. It's a challenge to really get in tune with what you're here to do in the world and really make a difference in the world. Step into your vision. And if you want some clarity around your vision, then I have a 7-day spiritual vision board challenge, all right, to help you with that. So expressing gratitude for the environment that you're in, online, offline, in your home, your immediate environment. Even if it's not the environment that you would love, it's still impacting you. So if you're somewhere and you're watching this and you're like looking around in your environment and thinking, you know, this environment sucks, or if you're thinking this environment is amazing, whatever you're thinking, then expressing gratitude for it anyway is just a really great thing. So I talk about on the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast about launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day. That is your soul legacy. And where you get to launch your day, where you get to lead your day, and how you get to leave your day will depend on the environment that you're in, who's in that environment with you, and what your environment looks and feels like, right? And if it's an environment that you actually love or an environment that you want to improve, whatever that is. And if you can get out in nature, depending on what the weather is, depending on all the things. But for me, how I launch my day, I like to do my meditation. No, actually, I've changed this. I was launching my day with my meditation and my journaling. And what I noticed was, for me, so for last week on Thursday, I talk about environmental freedom, and I set the plan to make sure that my environment is clean and tidy and organized, my work online, my work offline. I'm building more of my spiritual business on the back end for the automation of things. And so all of that has just been going amazingly. Slower than what I'd like, right? But it's going and progressing. So it's going really well. So I set the intention to make sure that my environment, like my home, was set up so that I don't keep busy. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you work from home, if you do work from home for your spiritual business, sometimes we'll have everything that we could do to tidy up, to do this, to do that, rather than doing our light work in the world, and rather than, showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. So that impacts that. So I made that commitment, and so far it's been amazing. So I would rate myself every single day. I rate myself between a 1 and an 11. How connected I feel to my soul guidance, like that, those things that are filling in for me, for my environment. So I was launching my day in the morning, doing my art meditation with the late Dr. Wayne Dyer, and then doing my journaling. And I noticed that I was slowing on getting to my light work, doing my work online, and I made a commitment to do recordings and different things, and I ended up doing one today, which I'm really excited about. So the best thing for me, my environment, when I get out of bed, I like to just go, people do morning routines, exercising. I feel so connected to source. I just like to go and do my light work. Then I'll have a break. So I've done that. I've switched this up from today. And then I'll lead my day with that meditation, art meditation, and my journaling and my visualization and all of those things. And then towards my day, in the middle, like late afternoon, it was raining today. And I, if you know me, I don't go out in the rain. I'm like, I do a daily walk, but not if it's cold. I'm like, forget the daily walk. I was like looking out of the window. My daughter, we don't often sit in our living room, this space, but I have been doing more now that I've come back onto my lives. And my daughter has, she's 19. Like teenagers spend all the time in their bedrooms and stuff. And so she's been spending more time with me in here. No, actually, she's spending time on her own in here, eating her lunch and what have you. And so I sat and I had my lunch, and I looked out of the window, out of the patio doors, and I'm like, oh, it's raining. She's like, why? What's the matter? You gotta go outside. I said, oh, I was gonna go for my daily walk. And I went out, looked out the patio door, and I was like, stop raining. And my daughter was like, Mum, you're just weird. I was like, no, I want it to stop raining. And I did that yesterday. And it did. It stopped raining. I walked and the clouds seemed to part and move. So I was like, I can do this. Anyway, I said, you're laughing. I said, and it's slowing down. And then it started again. And about 15 minutes after, I went back up into my office, and she said, my daughter said, Mum, it stopped raining. It's sunshine outside. Go for your walk. Get out, go get outside. And I was just laughing. So I did. I went out for my walk, for my daily walk. It was really nice. In between, it started to rain a titchy bit, and I just looked up and laughed, and there was a rain cloud over me, following me. Anyway, it stopped, and then the sun came out, and it was just beautiful. And the instant that I got home, I was looking, and I was thinking, it's going to rain. And I looked up, and there was another cloud, and literally I was just coming into my door, and it started to rain. I was like, thank you, universe. When you're determined to go and do that, that is part of my spiritual ritual and routine, is to go out in nature every single day as much as I can. I'm working on other areas of my life, including my emotions, being out in nature, including my health, right? So that light work and that lifestyle balance includes a lot. It includes how you contribute, and your health, and your emotions, and your environment, and your relationships, and your spirituality, and your finances. So that is what I cover on the Soul Legacy TV. And going through that spiritual awakening, that is what I wanted. I wanted that level of freedom, and I wanted to recreate my life, so it really felt amazing. So it's just a walk out in nature, but it's just, I'm so grateful for it. And on the way, it's a beautiful path actually, and on the way, two ladies and two young boys were walking. I said, did you get caught up in the rain? And she was like, yeah. I was like, did you? I said, nah, I wished it away before I started walking. I laughed. And then I do my home workout. Some people like to work out in the gym. Do you work out outside? Do you work out? I used to go to the lake and meditate, which is like a 3.5 mile walk or ride. I don't have a bike anymore. But I'd meditate out there. I wanted to do Tai Chi, but I never knew any I didn't get to the full Tai Chi routines, but I've always wanted to do that on the beach and by the lake and stuff. One day I probably will. But yeah, do you work out? Do you walk? What do you do for your health or to break up your day as you're doing your light work, as you're building your spiritual business online? What are your rituals and routines to keep yourself healthy, to keep yourself emotionally engaged with your business and being your best self? I believe that's really, really important. So part of my health, I don't go out to the gym. I work out at home. So I do Insanity. So I was doing my Insanity today and I was doing the recovery. It was hard, actually. I had a spring in my step yesterday, but today was hard. And I haven't got my lipstick on and stuff today because it's going to be a really short live. And I got an Amazon parcel today, which was my lipstick because I've run out. And I thought, oh my God, just so amazing. I usually go into town and go and buy this lipstick. I bought two of the same, and I bought two others that were off colour. They were like too red. So I've got those upstairs. So I've not completely run out, but I don't wear a lot of makeup. But this lipstick coming today, and I was like, yes. It actually got delivered to my house, which is that environment, like on Amazon. And then I thought, it skipped me walking, getting exercise, socializing with other people, like that emotional, do you know what I mean? It's like you end up realizing, and the finances, it's a different amount of money than what you would pay in the shop. You end up realizing that the convenience of online sometimes is at the expense of other things. But I'm super grateful because it was convenient. Just wanted to share that. I mean, what else did I want to share? Oh, environment. So where are you spending most of your day? I had several messages this morning, actually. I'm not really on the socials anymore. I was launching a book. We're in the middle of a book launch, actually. The Secret Child Life After Loss, where I dedicate my soul work to my son who made his transition almost 7 years ago. 7 years ago this month. And I put it out there more on the Facebook platform and stuff. And I was looking online and I got some LinkedIn messages. I'm more on LinkedIn than I am on there now. And each of my LinkedIn messages made me feel a different way. I can't explain the point of the 3 messages. If you're in the Soul Legacy Academy and you want to come on the monthly call, then we'll talk about it there, but not here. But each of my messages, I think it depends on where you are. I love YouTube, although I did give myself a rating of a 10 today rather than 11. I talked about this yesterday, so I won't go into great detail of having a warning on my channel for a video that I don't believe needed a warning. And I was like, oh, like that tainted, like, the vision that I have for, I don't have points on my driving license. I just like to do things. I'm a rule breaker, but I'm also a rule follower in the same of being respectful. So that was like really harsh for me. So that environment, like that coming into my email inbox, like me seeing that in my environment, which I feel like is a beautiful environment, and made me go to a 10 today for my vibration. I'm not even gonna lie. Today it is chakra healing Thursdays. Chakra healing, the chakras for energy healing. It's heart healing Thursday. Sorry, Robin. So I have a lead soul guiding instructor for the SoulLegacyAcademy.com and the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, which I'm the producer of. And Robin Nutt is the host of the Energy Healing TV. podcast. And so each and every single day, Robin focuses on your chakras and the energy alignment and Reiki to support you in building your spiritual business, to be a light worker, whether that's light working in a business or in a job, or whether you're coming that balance, you're making that transition, whatever you want to. But she supports us. And so that heart healing, it's heart healing Thursdays. And rose quartz is my chakra crystals. I bought chakra crystals from Amazon. Amazon's great. So I did my meditation with my rose quartz in my hand. I remember having a reading, which I'm going to have another one next month. And the lady talked about crystals and the rose quartz. And I was just like, I have no clue. So I feel really good about my spirituality and the spiritual ascension journey and the spiritual alchemy that I'm on. So rose quartz and the heart healing, matters of the heart and calming friction in relationships of all kinds. I love that. What are your relationships like in your environment? I have a beautiful relationship with my daughter. I'm very grateful. She's just really amazing. I sent her a text message yesterday, I think it was, and I just said, or a couple of days ago, I can't remember, just how grateful I am for the way that she makes an effort to let me know how much she loves me every single day. And it is every single day. And today she said, I don't know what it is, but there's a smell when you go outside. It's like that outdoorsy smell. My mum used to say it. And so I'm not sure why my daughter's got this thing. But anyway, she's melt sensitive. And she says, just that it's like a raw kind of smell. And so I said, I'm going to go now. And she said, and she goes to work. So I was like, timing how long I'd be before she left. So I'd get to say goodbye. And she laid here and she said, I looked like perplexed because I was working out the time. And she said, well, just kiss me now and say goodbye now, because I don't like that smell when you come in. I was like, you're so rude. So I kissed her and went out the door, which is lovely. 19, and she still has kisses. My son made his transition 12 days before his 20th birthday, so he was 19. So it's kind of weird, but he'd still sit on my knee. Not like just messing. So the card that I pulled, I've got 2 cards for you today, and a quote. The quote that I had today was, and the book that I read. The quote that I had today, when I woke up after all of that stuff and I made my appeal and all the things, and it got rejected on YouTube, and I was like, oh wow, really? Watch this. Watch me soar. Anyway, the quote that I got was, turn your wounds into wisdom. Hello, Robin. Hi, how you doing, love? So we have Robin Nat of Energy Healing TV and podcast. You must have heard me talking about you. I'm trying to do this really quickly and it's not working. No notification again. Really? That sucks. Oh, did it say star comment? Yeah, watch me soar. Yeah, that's what I said this morning. I was like, watch me soar. Like, you don't underestimate Iona Maid. So then I went into there. My sister just called. She's over from the States. Am I still there, Robin? Hopefully I am. I'm cooking dinner. You're in your environment. Cool, thank you. So this morning when I go, I don't normally go into my office this thing because I've been doing my morning routine. And I don't usually look at the Momentum app and get the quote for the journaling till a little bit later. So I went into, am I good? Thank you, love. Robin says, boom. So I love that emoji. So I was like, let me just start my day. Like, I'm on point. It's go time. Robin and I's like, we're like, it's just go time. So the Momentum app showed a quote called from Oprah Winfrey saying, turn your wounds into wisdom. Now, if you don't know me, I have the book launch, as I've just mentioned, The Secret Child Life After Loss. But when I contributed to a previous co-author book, that was the title, Turn Your Wounds into Wisdom. And I got it from Oprah Winfrey. and that was dedicated to my son as well. And I'm like, yes, that sign, that synchronicity, that environment, that's the way that he can just show me those messages. I'm like, absolutely, we're on point, we're going, get out of my way. Then my sister rings. So the book that I read today, again, was from Oprah Winfrey. I love Oprah Winfrey's work. It's called What Happened to You. And she co-authored this with a guy called Bruce, hang on. I'm just looking to see if I can find Bruce Perry. I looked at last week's Bruce Perry. And so they say what happened to you rather than what's wrong with you. And so we're going, it's on. Remember, I used to always say that, we're going. So the book that I read, they say what happened to you rather than what's wrong with you. Because sometimes we think, oh, what's wrong with me? I'm not good enough. I'm not doing this right. I'm not doing that right. And, our environment might reflect that, but our environment is reflecting what's going on in our own minds. And I listened to R.C. Blake's yesterday, Bishop, pastor, and he was saying the biggest enemy, or the biggest, like the most dangerous person, or the most dangerous thing is in here, what you say to yourself. And so that's kind of where they go. Bruce Perry is like, he does all the brain stuff. I don't know what they're all called. He has loads of long names for whatever he did. And he basically says that when you were younger, obviously we know that trauma and different things shapes the way that we think and the patterns that we have. But he actually goes so far as to say that between the ages of 0 and even in the womb to 2, when you didn't have the language to express if a trauma or something happened to you, it impacts you more deeply than when you did have the language to express and articulate something. I'm like, wow, that's the first time I'd heard it in this book. So whatever happened to you, whatever environment that you grew up with, who you grew up with, where you grew up in the world, if you moved around. Oprah was talking about, you might know Oprah Winfrey's story, that she was only here because her mum was walking along the street, had a pink poodle skirt on, whatever that looks like. I think it's like a rah-rah skirt, as we call it here. And her dad wanted to know what was under her mum's poodle skirt. And she was conceived under a tree. She says she loves trees. I love trees. I took a picture of my tree out when I'm in nature. But that, like, the way that she explains that is like, for me, that's kind of not okay. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it wasn't consenting or no, but it's like under the, I don't even know where. But that's why she was here. Oprah Winfrey of all people. But she had a sense of not feeling wanted, not feeling loved, not feeling very disconnected to her mum. Her grandma brought her up, and then when her grandma passed, she was like between homes and was really disconnected to her parents. And the level, whether you love Oprah Winfrey or not, the level of impact that she's had on the world and the trauma that she experienced. And I think that sometimes we forget to use what has happened to us in a positive way. And so whatever has happened to you through your spiritual awakening, whatever time it was in your life, you have a choice to have that spiritual ascension journey and that spiritual alchemy, alchemizing your core wounds and really making a difference in the world with your spiritual business, with your light work in the world. So that is what I wanted to say. I think I'm done. The vibrational money voucher, the Soul Legacy Journal, if you don't know, gives you £1,000, dollars, euros every single day to spend. I call it the Soul Income Game, bank 50k in 50 days. And the idea is to go through, I have a 7-day spiritual vision board challenge for you to really come from a blank slate of like, that was the past, and co-create your life with Source, right? And decide, okay, this happened to me in the past, but I actually get to choose what I do with it. So we have a vision for every single area of your life, including your environment, where you want to work, how you want to work, whether you want to travel, all the things, all the beautiful things. And so as the things that you have on your spiritual vision board, what I wanted to do was support you in being in vibrational alignment, not like, oh, lack, now I've done this vision board, it's made me feel even worse, all that stuff. So we have £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. You don't get to spend it on bills, because I want you to come from the vibration of your bills are already done and paid. You don't get to save it unless you're banking it to carry it over to the next day. And there's a rule of tithing 10% of this £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. And so you tithe it to a worthy cause, so you feel like you're giving. So it can be the same worthy cause, it can be a different one. I tithe mine to something called the Cruise Bereavement Care. When my son made his transition, I had a volunteer just come and just sit on my couch with me for months at a time, months and months and months, to support me. Otherwise, I literally don't think I would be standing or sitting here right now. So that is what I do with mine. You choose what you want to do. If you don't want to spend the rest of your money on each day, which when I first developed this, I did, and I was just like, oh, it became a chore. Like, I've got to spend my money. Oh my gosh. So what I do is I spend mine on Financial Freedom Sunday. So spend it every day if you want to. If you see something, I could have bought it with my lipstick with it. But I didn't. I actually paid for it, but I could have done. Could have bought it vibration if I didn't have the money to buy just a lipstick, to do my lives with. I haven't got it on today. And then you can carry it over and spend it on the Financial Freedom Sunday. Let me know when you go through the process, commit to doing it for 50 days, what you feel like. And so Robin says, yay for the vibrational money game. It's beautiful. I give you a vibrational money voucher as you journal with me in the spiritual and the Soul Legacy journal. So as part of your spiritual awakening, for me, my environment had to go because I was bankrupt, and that meant and I was homeless, and then I was bankrupt, and I was in a homeless place. So not having the money at that time meant that I didn't have a home, and I was going to give all of my furniture away. It was just crazy. So if there's stuff happening in your life, know that it's for you, but the way to come out of it, one of the ways to support you in coming out of it, is to be in vibrational match and vibrate higher than your circumstances, not looking at the patterns that are played out, because whatever patterns played out, like Oprah said that she used to be a people pleaser. If somebody said, oh, have you got any money, have you got any, she'd give them, and she had to learn to say no, not because she was being mean, just because she wanted to set boundaries. So that is the vibrational money voucher. Robin Knott has a 5-day money blocks clearing challenge. It's like a journey of self-love to financial freedom, because it is self-love. It's not like that. Financial freedom and vibrating at that frequency is giving to not only yourself, but your loved ones, your soul tribe. Having your soul clients pay you is a blessing, and it is self-love for them to give a monetary exchange and not take it away from somebody to compensate you for your light work is a gift. It is self-love. And I watching my daughter have a lunch today and just eat really healthy and do all the things, and I thought, it's that money. When you don't have that money, there's times when we were homeless, when I was bankrupt, she slept in the bed with me for 6 months, right? When I was homeless and I didn't have any money, I just, it was crazy. I've dragged her along so many things, and my son. And, when we don't figure this shit out, they have to come along with us. And watching her, and it's like, I do need the money. I need the money to be able to feed myself, to eat what I want to eat. And going on the journey of taking care of myself, my health, it impacts my health, because when I don't have it, I'm not able to spend the money on the food that I really enjoy eating. I've eaten so well today, but without that, it impacts my health like crazy. Like, I want to manifest a new bed. Like, that's impacting my health. It's impacting my back. All the things. So, Robin says money blocks run deeper than money. Yeah, alone. 100%. Yeah, it's not just the money. That's just a symptom of what is going on inside of you. And T. Harv Eker says about, you know, your income can only grow to the extent that you do. So if you don't have your income growing, that means that you've got some growth to do. And using the Soul Legacy Journal and going through that spiritual awakening and the spiritual ascension, that's why I say spiritual alchemy, because you're alchemizing your gifts, learning how to package them up in your spiritual business, creating the spiritual business routines and rituals to actually really serve, to show up, speak out, and serve deep, and let go of what is not serving you. So I'm going to finish off with this Keepers of the Light card, because I've got a call with my friend and I need to see what my sister wanted. Robin says, exactly, it affects all areas of your life. I love how you explain the details. I'm trying to explain it really quickly because it's not only that, it does. It just, if I look at financial freedom, so I talk about contribution freedom on a Monday and financial freedom on a Sunday. And through the week, I talk about everything else in between. And the finances, literally, it seeps and it bleeds back into your spirituality. Because if you're worried and you're stressed, you're not open to the signs. You've got blind spots around you. You're not connected. You're disconnected. You might be depressed. It falls into your relationships when you don't have the money. Like with my daughter, she's watching me. I'm a role model for her. How you dress, how you eat, how you, all the things, like where you live, how you get to work, whether you've got a team around you, whether you can pay for YouTube ads, which is my goal. All the thing, it just impacts everything. And so it is self-love. And anybody that comes on the Soul Legacy TV and says, no, it's not, it's like, I'm just not for you. Robin says, I need to borrow that quote from T. Harv Eker. I don't know how to spell the name. Yeah, T. Harv. Oh, it's Eker doesn't have a C in it. T. Harv Eker of the Millionaire Mind. So I'm known for going to the Millionaire Mind Intensive. And I'm going to take my daughter as well. But when the pandemic and the lockdown happened, they cancelled it. And the first time I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive, I was homeless. I left the homeless place. I was working a soul sucking day job. I looked up the T. Harv Eker Millionaire Mind seminar, and I left the homeless place, packed it up, had my sister-in-law, I believe, had my kids, and I went there on the train. I stayed in a hostel. That was the environment that I stayed in for 3 days. And I was like, this sucks. I cried when I got to that place because it was worse than the homeless place. And they put me in a dorm with men, and it was like 11 o'clock at night after I'd gone from my soul sucking day job to London. And I cried and I said, I can't sleep in that room. And they put me in with women. I did that. Then 6 years later, I went again with my partner at the time to the Millionaire Mind, and just so much had changed. And then I booked again, but the second time I booked, we did stay in a hostel, but by choice, because it's kind of trendy now, but it wasn't then. I didn't have a choice. And then this time I paid for the hotel, I paid for all the things at where the seminar is held, paid for my train in advance, and it got cancelled. And I was like, dude, anyway. So let me wrap this up. But yeah, T. Harv Eker, your income can only grow to the extent that you do. This is from Keepers of the Light, and I've got 2 cards, one called Charities, Prayer and Contemplation. I'll put it over here. See, Robin, can you see that? Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Damn straight. This is today. I was like, oh yes. I'm asking Master Buddha. Hang on. See that? Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. Excuse me, my friend's waiting for me to ring. So, all right. So this one, charity first. Again, this is from Calgary. Robin says, got to run, beautiful. Love you. Thank you for sharing with us. Love you too. Faith, hope, and charity, and a trinity of archangels who are dedicated to helping us regain our natural traits of kindness. Trust and faith in the highest good. Charity is the twin flame of Archangel, I think it's Shamil. She has a great spirit that encourages us to undertake spiritual practices of prayer and meditation. Prayer is the way we speak with the divine, and meditation is the way we open ourselves to receive the answers we need to hear. I love that. Charity also is also the angel who kisses the forehead of all those who pray in support of others. She absolutely loves to see the kindness because it creates an inspirational, healing wave of goodwill to the world. Extended message. The powerful Archangel Charity is drawing close to you at this time because she has recognized that you have the goodness in your heart and you have put others first. She brings you thanks and support. This is for you, right? That's beautiful. I know you have that goodness in your heart. Move into prayer and meditation with regard to any decisions you have to make at this time. You are being guided to take the time to breathe and receive. Know that you will have a real surge of intuition when it's time to move forwards. Thank the angels for guiding you towards your highest good, and welcome Charity into the space with you, into this space with you. I love that. It's beautiful, isn't it? So the next one, Master Buddha, I love it, and it's very relevant for me today. It's upside down. Very relevant for me today because I've been journaling in my bigger spiritual notebook about some YouTube videos that I'm going to be creating for my book. And I'm going to be giving you a free chapter of my book down below. It's called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leveraging your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. And that's what I'm demonstrating today. All right, so let me see. I might leave that card for tomorrow. Let me see. All right, let me see. Let me go for it. I'm just going to read it. The Buddha, oh gosh, I can't say that. I can't say it. Started his life as a rich mollycoddle prince, but one day he broke free from the palace and was exposed to sickness, age, and death. This shook him. Make sure I've got that. Shook him and set him off on a spiritual adventure that would lead him to leave behind all the earthly pleasures and seek enlightenment so that he could end suffering in the world. Now he helps us to make contact with our inner teacher and encourages us to acknowledge how we feel and then accept it so we can move beyond the suffering we feel. Absolutely. I love that. I really resonate. Let me know if you resonate with that in the comments. You are moving beyond the illusions that fear has created so that you can become more focused on your priorities and what is serving you on this path. All suffering eventually comes to an end, and acknowledging how you really feel and what occurred in order for you to feel this way will help you move beyond it. Absolutely. That's what I was talking about yesterday. Totally acknowledge it. Totally move beyond it. Let's go. It's go time. Call on Master Buddha now to help you remember you are part of something that is greater than suffering. Absolutely, especially your spiritual awakening. The wheel of karma is turning in your favor. Absolutely. The wheel of karma is turning in your favor, and all your acts of kindness and goodness will benefit you. Thoughts may arise now that solve issues in your life, home, and relationships or work. They are being sent to you from your inner teacher, the Buddha within. So this is Iona Mead signing off. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Thank you, Robin, for spending this time with me. I love you. I will see you on the next daily vlog. I'm always here every single day on the SoulLegacyTV, sharing about how you can create that light work and lifestyle balance. So I invite you to spiritual journal with me. Take care. Big love.